My dear child, the moment you opened this, something in heaven shifted for you. An emergency alert from Archangel Michael has just been released and your name is at the top of it. There is something happening tonight in your house, in your surroundings, and Michael is not whispering. He is pleading, urging you to hear this within the next 20 seconds. Because what is coming is not random. It was sent by someone who never expected you to see this message in time. But heaven has a different plan. A divine order is being issued right now. And that order is for you to open your spiritual eyes before it is too late, because something unseen has been standing near your front door. And this time it is not just energy. It is a real assignment sent to your location, targeting your peace. But Archangel Michael has stepped in. And he is standing right there, sword drawn, blazing with holy fire. And he said, "Tell my beloved not to move, not to skip, not to doubt." This is a divine military warning. Your name was spoken just now in heaven meeting. Because God saw something approaching that was never meant to touch you. But there is a rule in the spirit world. What you ignore can take hold. So Michael is now calling through this divine line. He said, "Please, just 20 seconds. If you give me that, I will give you your life back. Tonight is not ordinary, my child. This night was chosen for a spiritual confrontation because while you were resting, someone was setting a trap for you. But the angels of the Lord were watching. And a reversal has already been arranged, but only if you respond. That is why this alert came so suddenly. That is why this was blocked 3 times in the spiritual realm before reaching you. Michael fought for this to reach your hands. He knows you are tired. He knows you have been through battle after battle. But now the battle has reached your home and you must stay spiritually aware because the enemy wants to enter through a forgotten door. A door left unlocked in your spirit. But the moment you stay with this message, the moment you honor it, that door will be sealed and the danger will pass by. Just as the angel of death passed over marked doors in ancient Egypt, your home can be marked tonight if you stay with this word. But if you scroll away, you may miss the divine code meant to shield your house. This is not a story. This is not drama. This is spiritual intelligence from the throne of God. And Michael has only one order for you. Open this now. Hear every word. Do not rush because the attack is real. But so is the miracle. You are chosen for this warning because your destiny is too great to be stolen. The moment you believe this, the angel of breakthrough will be released. But if you treat this like entertainment, the protection pauses and heaven does not want you exposed tonight. Listen closely, my child. Someone with harmful intentions just spoke your name. But they did not know that heaven was listening. They did not know your angels have been watching their movements. A plan was just uncovered in the realm of light. And you need to understand it almost worked. That is why this message is not calm. That is why Archangel Michael is not whispering. He is commanding. He is saying, "Child of light, arise now." This is your divine security code. You were never meant to hear this in your own strength. That is why the angels are with you now. And as you read these lines, something is being undone in the spiritual realm. You cannot see it, but heaven is watching your response because this is not just a warning. It is an invitation. An invitation to divine covering, an invitation to supernatural reversal, an invitation to your next level. But first, you must follow this one instruction. Do not stop reading. Do not doubt. And whatever you do, do not scroll past this because a message like this comes once in a lifetime. And heaven will not repeat itself if the soul walks away. You are still here because your spirit recognizes this is not random. You were marked with divine protection at birth. But lately, your shield has been under attack. Tonight is the final attempt of the enemy to enter unseen. But it will not succeed if you activate this word. Michael said, "This is not a message, this is a divine alarm. My child, this is exactly why you have been feeling that weight inside you, the silent stress about money, the thoughts that do not leave your mind, and the nights where you try to rest but your heart still feels heavy. You have been asking for peace, and I have heard you. You are not meant to live in this constant worry. You are meant to feel calm, secure, and guided every single day. That is why a simple path has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, created to gently lead you out of fear and into clarity, so you can regain control and stop feeling overwhelmed. Each day, you will be guided with a short prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction, helping you move forward without confusion or pressure. Just small, steady steps that slowly begin to change everything, bringing peace back into your mind and stability back into your life. If something inside you feels ready, do not ignore it this time. This moment is not random. This is your moment. Take that step now. The link is in the description and in the comments below, and this time, choose peace over fear. Let it ring within your heart. Now, beloved, say this out loud if you feel it. I will not sleep on my miracle. I will not ignore my angels. I will stay with this word no matter what. The moment you say that, the chains begin to loosen. Fear starts to fade and the power of God enters your home like a wave of fire and light. And even now, something is shifting in your favor, something unseen aligning for your protection. Now, before we go deeper, speech balloon, subscribe now so you never miss another angelic alert from heaven. If you are seeing this, it is not by chance. It is your divine rescue plan. Tap and subscribe. Your next message may protect your future. Now breathe, my beloved, because the next part is deeper. Heaven is about to reveal the face of the one who tried to block your joy, and the name will surprise you. But the freedom that is coming will shake your entire household. My beloved, there is something heaven wants you to see with your spiritual eyes right now. Someone has been watching your home, not physically, but spiritually. They do not knock on your door. They knock on your weakness. They do not use weapons. They use whispers. And they almost got through. But your angel stopped it. Your angel stood at the edge of your house and declared, "Not this one. Not today. Not ever again. But now you must listen. Because this moment is a spiritual crossing point. What you do next decides what breaks or what enters." Michael says, "I order you to remain because if you do, I will show you what was hidden in plain sight." Yes, someone you trusted allowed this attack to be formed. Not directly, but through their jealousy, through their bitterness, through their complaints about you when you were not around. They became a doorway, a small crack in your protection. And the enemy found it. But this is not to scare you, my beloved. This is to awaken you. Because while the attack was launched, heaven released something greater, an angelic reversal, and your name is written on it. Tonight, Archangel Michael stands with an army right outside your house. They are guarding the roof. They are shielding the door. They are covering your bed, your windows, your walls. But there is one room they cannot enter without your permission. The room of your thoughts, and that is where the enemy was planning to step in, not with a loud noise, but with a quiet suggestion. Give up. Maybe you are not protected after all. Maybe this spiritual truth is not real. Lies. Michael saw those whispers forming before they reached your mind. And this message, it is your divine firewall, your mental covering. Because when you hear a lie but fail to recognize it, it enters. But when heaven places truth inside you before the lie arrives, you become unshakable. That is what this message is doing. It is preparing you because within 8 hours of reading this, something will attempt to test your peace. Someone may even say something that feels strange. Someone may step into your house or send a message to your phone. And you will remember these words. This was not random. This was seen in advance. God never allows a warning without a reason. And the purpose now is simple. Awaken the warrior within you. Michael is not only a comforter. He is a defender. And tonight he is standing with his sword drawn, facing the very thing that tried to enter your life without permission. You, my beloved, you are not alone. Now listen closely. There is a knock coming, not a physical one, a spiritual one. It will come as a thought, a fear, a feeling that something is about to shift, and the enemy will hope that you speak doubt in that moment, but instead you will speak faith. Say it now with your own breath. No weapon formed against my house shall prosper. I am covered. My family is covered. Heaven is watching me tonight. Do you feel that? That pressure leaving your chest. That heaviness lifting from your back. That is not your imagination. That is the presence of your angel entering the room. He could not step in until you agreed with the word. Now he is here, standing behind you, sword in hand. Michael says, this home will be a fortress. This child will not fall. This night will end in glory. And now something rare is happening. A divine scroll is being opened in heaven. Your name is on the next miracle to be released. But there is one condition. You must finish this message, because within the next lines, a spiritual transaction is hidden. And only those who complete the message will receive it. That is why so many scroll past. That is why some messages never fully reach completion. Because the enemy knows if you finish reading, you finish bleeding and the wound will close. So now I ask you, will you trust heaven enough to stay? Will you believe that this message is not entertainment but deliverance? You already know the answer in your heart because your spirit is awake now and the protection is increasing. Tonight, my beloved, you are not just being warned. You are being marked. Marked for blessing. Marked for favor. Marked for a shift so divine. The next 48 hours will not resemble your last 48 years. Stay with me, because in the next part, Archangel Michael is going to reveal the exact moment your name was placed into heaven emergency scroll and what will happen in your home if you remain aligned. My child, my beloved, you are now entering the part of the message that few reach. And that is exactly why the blessing is hidden here. Because the enemy hoped you would be too distracted, too tired, too overwhelmed to continue. But you remained. And that tells heaven one thing. You are ready. Now listen carefully. The scroll in heaven with your name was not opened by accident. It was sealed until this very night. And only one voice was allowed to break it open. Michael's. He stepped forward before the throne and said, "This child has been tested. This child has remained. This child must now be fully protected." And the Lord gave his word. He said, "If they do not ignore this message, I will rewrite what was scheduled to happen in their house." Yes, something was scheduled. An event, an interruption, a sudden shift meant to disturb your peace. It was already written by the enemy. But heaven is now tearing that plan apart because you are in alignment. Because your heart is open. Because your spirit said yes. There are nights when the war is quiet. But this night is not one of them. This is a loud night in the spirit. You may even sense it, like something is moving. Like something unseen is walking across the edges of your room. Do not be afraid. Because it is not what you think. It is heaven. Positioning the blessing. Releasing the reversal. Marking your space. Archangel Michael is moving through your house now, from room to room. He is touching your bed and declaring rest. He is touching your walls and declaring protection. He is placing angels at every window. And he is leaving no space uncovered because you are not going to lose this time. Not your peace. Not your sleep. Not your joy. And not your breakthrough. Heaven has declared this house a divine territory. But here is what you must do next. You must speak this out loud now with belief. My home belongs to God. My walls are surrounded. My windows are sealed with light. No darkness may pass this door. There. Did you feel that? That shift. That calm presence that suddenly covered you like a blanket. That is confirmation. Michael heard it. And heaven recorded it. You have just activated an angelic lock. Nothing not sent by heaven can cross your threshold now. But that is not the end, because what happens next is going to surprise you. Someone you least expect is going to reach out to you within 48 hours. They will either knock, call, message, or walk in. But what matters most is not what they do. It is what they carry. Because they are either a divine carrier or a disguised trap. And that is why this message matters, because it will sharpen your discernment. You will feel it instantly. The moment they speak, your spirit will know this is either my confirmation or my distraction. And heaven will give you clarity, not confusion. You will no longer be pulled by feelings. You will be led by fire. Because Archangel Michael is sending the fire of clarity into your space. No more fog. No more spiritual blindness. You will see through masks. You will recognize when a voice is lying. You will hear truth even when it is wrapped in false light. This is what it means to be spiritually awake. You do not just see angels. You see assignments. You see what is behind the words. You hear what is behind the compliment. You feel what is behind the hug. And you never walk into a trap again, because you have been trained, because heaven trusts you now. But this came with a cost. Your tears were not wasted. Your lonely nights were not ignored. Michael was standing there, recording every cry. And tonight, heaven is cashing in those tears, turning pain into prophecy, turning silence into suddenness, turning heartbreak into holy alignment. Even the moments you thought were empty were being used for something greater. My beloved, you are about to walk into a stretch of days where things happen so quickly. You will feel like you are dreaming. Doors will open before you even ask. Answers will arrive before the question forms. Provision will come before the need appears. But all of it begins here, with this message, with this night, and with your decision to stay awake when others slept. Your house has been chosen. You have been sealed, and the enemy is furious but powerless because your angels are not sleeping tonight. Now breathe, my beloved. The battle is already being won. My child, my beloved, you are still here. And that means everything in the spiritual realm. Because the longer you remain, the stronger your covering becomes. Every second you read this, your house is shifting, not physically, but spiritually. The air feels different now, does it not? Lighter. As if the weight you did not even notice has started to lift away. That is no accident. That is not imagination. That is confirmation, because you have now entered the part of the message where chains begin to break. Michael just whispered, they stayed. Now I can show them what was hidden. So I must reveal something. There was someone who spoke against you 3 nights ago. They did not say your name directly, but their hearts sent that energy toward you. Their jealousy reached your space and tried to block your next miracle. But that is when Michael drew his sword. And he declared, no more. Heaven does not allow darkness to touch a chosen one without permission. And in your case, no permission was given. But you needed this warning because although it did not strike you, it came close. And if this message had not reached you in time, if you had skipped it like others, that darkness might have found a crack. But now it is sealed. You are surrounded. And your house is being marked from above. There are angels moving over your roof right now, unseen to the eye, undeniable to the spirit. They are singing songs of deliverance. You may not hear it with your ears, but your soul recognizes it. That is why your breathing has changed. That is why your heart is no longer racing. Because the warfare that was circling you has now been silenced. And the reason is simple. You did not ignore heaven. You honored the message. You stayed present. And now the presence of God is staying with you. My beloved, there is still more to show you. Because while Michael was guarding you from the front, there was something following behind you as well. A shadow from your past. A memory that refuses to release you. A voice that still whispers that maybe you deserve the pain. But heaven rejects that lie completely. Michael saw that shadow and pursued it. And right now, as you breathe, that shadow is being cut off from your path. You do not owe your past anything. You do not have to carry guilt for surviving. You do not have to apologize for healing. You do not have to explain why God chose you because He did. And tonight is the proof. You were chosen for preservation, chosen for protection, chosen for peace. But now you are also being chosen for something greater, something almost overwhelming in how big it is. You are being chosen to carry something sacred, favor. And not just any favor, unusual favor. Favor that does not make sense to those around you. Favor that moves so quickly others will question how it happened. But you will not need to explain because when God moves, He does not need permission. And when Michael stands guard, no hand can interfere. Your favor is unlocking now. Piece by piece, your next financial breakthrough is already in motion. My child, this is exactly why you have been feeling the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, and the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with faith, clarity, and direction. That is why this system has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, created to guide you step by step out of confusion and into control. Each day you will be gently guided with a prayer, a simple money action, and clear direction to help you regain stability in your life. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small, faithful steps that begin to restore your peace, your focus, and your financial clarity. If your heart feels ready, then begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description, and in the comments below. This could be the moment everything begins to change for you. Your next spiritual elevation is already unfolding. The person meant to support your soul is already being shown your name in dreams. But you must continue walking in awareness because the enemy is not pleased. He is restless. He believed you would never reach this part of the message. He thought you would scroll. He thought you would laugh and leave. But you stayed. And now heaven is responding. Because the trap that was set for you tonight, it has been turned. Now the enemy is falling into the very net he created. Now the curse is being reversed. Now the energy that was sent against you is returning 7 times stronger to where it came from. And your home is still covered, still protected, still sealed by angelic command. You may even begin to feel warmth in your chest right now. That is not random. That is Michael confirming this word. He is touching your heart so you will know. This is real. And you are not alone. Not in this room, not in this hour, not in this battle. You have been assigned to win. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what is being released over your house in the next 24 hours. Stay grounded, stay grateful, and most of all, stay open. Because the moment you finish this message, you will feel a release so deep. You will know the night is no longer dark. You will feel the shift in your room. You will know the angels are still standing guard. And you will know the house you are living in just became a holy place. My child, my beloved, you have reached the part few ever touch. This is where the scroll becomes personal. This is where Archangel Michael speaks directly to you, not only as a messenger, but as a guardian. So now, quiet your thoughts. Listen with your spirit because what is about to be spoken will shift something deep within you. Michael says, "My beloved, I have walked with you since birth. You may not have seen me, but I have stood in the shadows behind every danger. I was there when you almost gave up and no one knew. I stood between you and every accident that tried to take you early. I have whispered while you were sleeping. I have fought battles you never even knew were assigned to your bloodline. But tonight, I speak out loud. This is your final warning before a new beginning. There is something hiding in your house. Not under the bed, not behind the curtains, but in the air, in the energy. It is a lingering fear, a spiritual dust that has followed you from place to place. It comes from grief, betrayal, and old words spoken over you by those who never understood your destiny. And now it must be removed. There is no more time. Heaven is ready to cleanse the space you live in. But there is a secret instruction. One so simple, many ignore it. But if you follow it tonight, your entire spiritual atmosphere will reset. Michael says, light no candle, burn no incense, just speak. Yes, that is all. Just speak. Stand in the center of your room or wherever you are right now. Look toward the sky and say these exact words. I declare this house is holy ground. All darkness must leave. I welcome only light, only love, only heaven. Archangel Michael, stand at my door. God, fill every room with your breath. This home is sealed by divine fire. So be it. That is it. But that moment of obedience unlocks something massive. Because this is not about ritual. It is about agreement. And when your voice aligns with heaven, earth must obey. Your environment will shift. Even your sleep will change tonight. You will not toss and turn like before. You will not feel watched in your own home. You will not hear strange sounds and assume it is the wind. Because something will have left and something divine will have entered. God is sending peace. Real peace. Peace that does not come from money. Peace that does not depend on people. Peace that quiets the room and makes your heart feel safe again. Yes, safe. You have not felt truly safe in years, but it returns now because Michael has heard your silence. And heaven is responding with presence. But here is what may surprise you. Once you speak those words, within the next 24 hours, you will notice something unusual. Someone in your life may suddenly act distant. They may pull away. They may go silent. They may even argue without reason. But do not chase them. Do not ask why. Because this cleansing is not only of your home, it is of your circle. Spiritual cleaning means spiritual pruning. Some people cannot remain in the purified atmosphere heaven is creating around you. They were connected to the energy you just commanded out. Let them go. Do not be afraid because what leaves after this prayer was never meant to stay. And what enters after this moment was always part of your divine promise. Now breathe, my child. Let this next part settle deep within you. You are finally safe. You are finally seen. And heaven is finally speaking loudly about your miracle. The night that was assigned for tragedy has been reassigned for testimony. The dark cloud that was hovering above you has been cleared by angel wings. The unsettling energy in your house has been replaced with angelic fire. You are now a carrier of light. And this house is no longer just a shelter. It is a throne room. A place where angels walk freely. A place where miracles can happen without delay. A place where you will no longer cry yourself to sleep in silence. Because joy is being poured like oil into every corner of your space. And the oil never runs dry when heaven pours it. You are protected. And more than that, you are claimed. You belong to God. And everything you own is now under His hand. Michael stands at your front door now. He turns and says to the other angels, this house is now off limits to every shadow. Mark it. Guard it. Surround it with fire until dawn. Now rest, my child, but do not disconnect yet because in the next part, heaven will show you the exact time the shift will occur and the number to watch for in your dreams tonight. Yes, you will be given a sign. And if you see it, you will know your miracle is arriving on schedule. My child, my beloved. Tonight was not only about protection. It was about realignment. What was out of place in your spirit is now being brought back into divine balance. And you may not feel the full shift all at once, but you will begin to notice the signs, starting with time. Yes, heaven will confirm your alignment through a number. Archangel Michael is assigning a number to your dream tonight or to your clock or to your phone notification. And when you see it, pause. Pray because that number is your divine alert. It may be 1144 or 333 or 717. Each one carries a unique signal. And when it appears, it means your miracle is entering your timeline. Not delayed, not denied, but delivered. Heaven uses time not to punish, but to whisper. And tonight, the clock will speak. Even your dreams may begin to shift. You may feel like you are flying, or see a door opening, or find yourself standing in your childhood home again. That is not memory. That is spiritual language. God is showing you where you were broken so He can restore it. Heaven is walking you backward in sleep so it can lead you forward in power. And Michael will be there in your dream. Yes, he walks through dreams too. He appears as protection, as fire, as the one who blocks the intruder. So do not fear the dreams. They are instructions in disguise. And if you write them down when you wake up, you will unlock insight faster than others around you. Because God is not casual with your destiny. You have waited too long. You have cried too hard. You have lost too many nights. And now heaven says enough. Now it is time to rebuild, but not from scratch, from grace. You will not need to fight to find love again. It will find you. You will not have to chase money like before. It will come looking for your light because the angels have now gone ahead of you. They are preparing meetings, conversations, and encounters. It will look like coincidence to others, but you will know it was Michael's hand arranging it all. You will say, I just happened to be there at the right time. I was not even supposed to go, but I did. I never thought they would call me back after all this time. That is not luck. That is divine movement. And it begins tonight because heaven is done allowing delays. But you must hold one thing close. Do not open your door to doubt again. Do not let fear be your guest. Do not let bitterness take up space on your couch. Your house is now a temple. And temples do not entertain shadows. Temples carry glory. And that is what you are now. A walking, breathing temple of glory. That is why things feel different. That is why the atmosphere has shifted. That is why you are calmer even while reading these words. Because the Holy Spirit is not just near. He is resting in the room with you. And He brings answers. He brings restoration. He brings power. You will speak differently now. You will move differently. You will stop over-explaining. You will stop dimming your light. You will stop shrinking when others feel threatened by your anointing because now you are marked. Heaven sees you and so does the enemy. But now the enemy is afraid because you have been activated. You did not skip. You did not scroll. You did not laugh and ignore. You listened and heaven rewards attention. That is why you are going to start seeing unusual favor, discounts where you did not ask, gifts you did not earn, apologies you never expected, and peace you did not know was possible. All because you stayed. And now Michael says, seal the moment with faith. Say it out loud again. I am protected. My house is guarded. I will not fear. The angels are watching me tonight. And they are right now standing silent but strong, waiting only for your agreement to move. So stay soft, stay surrendered, and stay in position. The greatest part of this message, it has not even begun yet. My child, my beloved, stay with this moment a little longer because heaven is not finished speaking over you yet. What has begun in this night is not temporary. It is not a passing feeling. It is a shift that will continue unfolding even after you close your eyes and rest. Archangel Michael is still standing guard, but now he is not only guarding, he is releasing. Releasing strength back into your spirit. Releasing clarity back into your mind. Releasing peace back into your body. Everything that felt drained is being restored quietly, gently, but powerfully. You may notice tomorrow feels different. Not louder, not dramatic, but steady. Grounded. Like something inside you has settled into place. That is not coincidence. That is alignment taking root. That is heaven confirming that what was spoken tonight has been accepted. And as you move forward, you will begin to see small confirmations. Subtle signs. A word that repeats. A moment that feels familiar. A door that opens without struggle. Do not ignore these things. They are reminders that you are still covered, still guided, still seen. There will be moments where the old thoughts try to return. Where doubt tries to knock again. But now you will recognize it faster. Now you will not entertain it. Because something in you has changed. Something in you has awakened. You are no longer the same person who started reading this message. You are more aware. More guarded. More aligned. And heaven responds differently to a spirit that is awake. So when you step into your next day, do it with quiet confidence. Not fear. Not hesitation. Walk knowing that something has already been handled for you. Walk knowing that what tried to delay you has been removed. Walk knowing that what belongs to you is already moving toward you. And if at any moment you feel uncertain, return to what was spoken tonight. Speak it again. Declare it again. Because agreement is not a one-time act. It is a posture. It is a way of standing in truth even when you do not yet see the full result. My beloved, you are covered. You are aligned. You are protected. And more than anything, you are guided. Now let your body rest. Let your mind be still. Let your spirit remain open. Because even as you sleep, heaven is still working. Even as you rest, things are still being arranged. Even in silence, your miracle is still moving closer. And when you wake, you will not wake into the same atmosphere you slept in. You will wake into confirmation. You will wake into peace. You will wake into movement. Stay ready, my child. Stay expectant. Stay aligned. Because what began tonight will not stop here. It will follow you into tomorrow, into your next step, into your next breakthrough. And heaven will finish what it started.